Hey guys, Thrasher here, and today I want to talk about sparking Super Saiyan Goku. How good is he? How do his abilities work? What team should he go on? Where does he fit in the meta? And how long is he going to be a good unit? How future-proof is he? We'll get to all of it, so let's jump into it right now. Okay, so the first thing we should probably do is talk about Goku's role on a team. He's meant to be a balanced, high damage output unit. So he does a good amount of damage with Ki Blast, does a good amount of damage with Strike, but he doesn't have a lot of health. So if you are going to put him on a team, that's his job. Don't put him on a team thinking he's going to tank a whole bunch of damage. Don't put him on a team thinking that he's there to buff up other units. That's not his role. Okay, so let's get into his abilities now, and we'll sort of look at how well he can actually fulfill the role he's meant to fulfill. So if you look at this card, which I do have currently maxed out to the point it can be maxed to in the game. Once there's more class ups, he'll go past level 1000. I have been using him a lot. So once we go over to abilities, there's three abilities that he has. This ability right here, I would say, is probably the least important ability, unless you're putting him on a very specific team, and we will get to that. But this essentially massively increases his blast damage if Krillin is on your team and he's fighting with you and he dies. So that's pretty much one very specific case. So that's just there, just so you know. The next Z ability is actually a very important one. So if you put him on an All Saiyan team or on a team with Vegeta, who is considered to be the best damage outputter right now, he will work very well because he is going to increase all of your other Saiyans on the team. He's going to increase Vegeta's strike damage, which is already very, very poor, which allows you to keep Vegeta out on the field attacking, and when he's using those strike cards, he's not hitting like an absolute wet noodle. Obviously, he'll still be a monster when he uses the Ki Blast, so that makes your Vegeta a little more balanced as well. The last ability is his Ultimate Arts card, Super Dragon Fist. So essentially what this allows you to do is get a second special. So you can have your special, which is your regular Kamehameha, then you can have your Super Dragon Fist, and you can actually have your Rising Rush up at the same time. So it's possible for you to have 3 nukes ready to go all at once. And this can be very potent if you set it up properly, because the enemy team only has so many vanishes they can use at once, and the Super Dragon Fist is actually pretty hard to stop unless you Vanishing Step it. But this main ability, the Super Dragon Fist, is you generally want to use it before you use your Rising Rush. So a lot of people will just Rising Rush when they see it. You want to make sure that your Super Dragon Fist has been used first, because if you don't, it's going to quote-unquote eat the cards that you currently have, so you will lose your Super Dragon Fist, and it will take that Super Dragon Fist damage and put it inside of the Rising Rush. That's going to be pretty big overkill 99% of the time. Normally a Rising Rush is going to kill the other unit, so that way you have 2 separate nukes rather than just one super overkill nuke. Okay, so the next thing we should probably do is look at the stats, the raw stats Goku has, and sort of compare them to the other sparking units that are in the game. So what I'm actually going to do as we look at these stats is I am going to rank him where his raw stats sit in comparison to the other sparking units in the game, and I'm going to include Spirit Bomb Goku, even though he's not obtainable yet. He is in the game, so we will be able to use him at some point in the near future. So going down these stats, I'm just going to let you know that Goku is a good attacker, not a great attacker, and he is an absolutely terrible tank. So health, he is the lowest health for sparking units in the game other than Vegeta. He is second in strike attack behind Pikkon, who is your best physical attacker. He is actually the best in blast attack. So he has the highest raw blast attack stat, but because Vegeta has all of these blast attack boosting abilities and skills, Vegeta actually does do more damage with blast attacks. He has the lowest strike defense, he has the lowest blast defense, but he's tied with Pan. He has the second best critical behind Spirit Bomb Goku, who technically isn't usable yet, so he does have the best critical right now. And he's got the second lowest Ki Restore speed, the worst being Piccolo. So overall, he is a good, not great attack unit. He's not the best in any one stat, and he is an absolutely terrible defensive unit. So, like I said before, he's balanced. He's just not the best at anything. So the next question is, where does he sit in most teams? He will fit on an All Saiyans team. He should always go on an All Saiyans team. He's good if you have Vegeta, which is kind of weird to say because in reality he's pretty much just a worse version of Vegeta, but they synergize extremely well. He increases Vegeta's strike damage so Vegeta can actually do damage on both sides, and Vegeta increases his blast damage so that he can do pretty massive amounts of blast damage. Without Vegeta, he doesn't really do a ton of blast damage. He's decent, but like I said, he's nowhere near what Vegeta is. And then the last major team that he should go on, I don't know if I would call this a gimmick team, but essentially the way you set it up is you use the Extreme Krillin, who's an actual combo tank. So if you switch him in the middle of a combo, he does have damage reduction. So the idea there is you use Krillin. Krillin will eventually die, and that will buff Goku that 35% blast damage. And then the third unit you use is Vegeta. So now you have Vegeta doing massive blast damage, Goku doing extremely massive blast damage because Krillin is dead, and you should be able to blow through most other teams with that general setup. So that works really well if your first couple pulls, all you got was Sparking Goku and Sparking Vegeta. The only other time I would really use Goku is if he is your third Sparking unit, or you don't have 3 Sparking units, but he's one of them. So if you have a Piccolo and a Pan, and then Super Saiyan Goku is your third unit, yeah, throw him in there. I don't know if I would say that he synergizes extremely well, but that's the key to Goku, is he's a good filler unit, no matter what your team makeup is, but he's never a great unit. He's never that unit that you have to have in your team. So that's sort of his position right now. So the last thing we should probably talk about is how long Goku is going to stay in the meta. So in reality, if you ask me, Goku is pretty much on the bubble of the meta right now as we speak. He doesn't fit on that many teams unless you just don't have the other units for that team. So as new units pop up, especially the Spirit Bomb Goku that's coming, and we'll see what other Sparking units come after that, Power Creep is going to get rid of Super Saiyan Goku really quickly. I don't think he's going to last very long. So if you have him now and you want to use him, but there are going to be a lot of better options in the very near future. I think that pretty much wraps up our review of Goku. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Maybe you think he's an amazing unit. Maybe you think he's an absolutely garbage unit. I'd love to hear your comments, thoughts, and let me know what you want to see in future videos. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this content, and I will see you guys next time.